sitting on me. See alright. Y'all got a list, giving you the list.
Ladies and gentlemen from the southern states of America, we are gathered here today to bring in the beginning of a new era. And now the Speaker of the South.
Oh, yeah.
I think the vast majority of white Americans will go but so far. It's a kind of installment plan for equality, and they are always looking for an excuse to go but so far.
Why are they looking for the excuse? What is it about the Negro? I mean, every other group that came as an immigrant somehow, not easily, but somehow got around it. Is it just the fact that Negroes are black?
That's a part of it, and that grows out of something else. You can't thingify anything without depersonalizing that something. If you use something as a means to an end, at that moment you make it a thing and you depersonalize it. The fact is that the Negro was a slave in this country for 244 years. That was a willful thing that was done. The Negro was brought here in chains, treated in very inhuman fashion, and this led to the thingification of the Negro. So he was not looked upon as a person. He was not looked upon as a human being with the same status and worth as other human beings. And the other thing is that human beings cannot continue to do wrong without eventually rationalizing that wrong. So slavery was justified morally, biologically, theoretically, scientifically, everything else. And it seems to me that white America must see that no other ethnic group has been a slave on American soil. That is one thing that other immigrant groups haven't had to face. The other thing is that the color became a stigma. American society made the Negro's color a stigma, and that can never be overlooked. So I think these things are absolutely necessary. The other thing is that America freed the slaves in 1863 through the Emancipation Proclamation of Abraham Lincoln, but gave the slaves no land or nothing in reality, and as a matter of fact, to get started on. At the same time, America was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that there was a willingness to give the white peasants from Europe an economic base. And yet it refused to give its black peasants from Africa, who came here involuntarily in chains and had worked free for 244 years, any kind of economic base. And so emancipation for the Negro was really freedom to hunger. It was freedom to the winds and rains of heaven. It was freedom without food to eat or land to cultivate, and therefore it was freedom and famine at the same time. And when white Americans tell the Negro to lift himself by his own bootstraps, they don't look over the legacy of slavery and segregation. I believe we ought to do all we can and seek to lift ourselves by our own bootstraps, but it's a cruel jest to say to a bootless man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And many Negroes, by the thousands and millions, have been left bootless as a result of all of these years of oppression and as a result of a society that deliberately made his color a stigma and something worthless and degrading.
Apart from wanting to live better, which all of us want to do.
Welcome to another episode of the Sipp City Podcast. Y'all already know how I go down. It's the host with the most, Mr. T to the E to the double R, Mr. Tans right here. We got my guy over here to my right, but to your listener over here, co-host with the most, Mr. T-E-Z, Mr. Big Face. What's up, dog?
What it do?
And we got, for the second week in a row, the newcomer to the show, Mr. Dave over here, dropping gems out of the blue. What you say about it, brother?
I'm just laying back and enjoying y'all, man. Enjoying the experience. Appreciate it.
Man, look, we love it, man. Man, I guess I want to say this first and foremost. I want to say happy birthday to Dr. King, man, Dr. Martin Luther King. His birthday was yesterday, but we're going to celebrate it on Monday. I don't know about y'all, but y'all go to work on Dr. Martin Luther King Day?
I try to go with it all, but yeah.
Okay. What about you? You working on Dr. King Day?
No,
You a damn lie.
no work.
So you ain't going nowhere.
No,
I don't believe that.
that's Dr. Martin Luther King.
Dr. Who?
Dr. Martin Luther the King.
The King.
You doing no work?
Hey man, ain't nothing wrong with that though. I mean, if you take off a Dr. King holiday, more power to you. If you don't, man, maybe we should start. Maybe it should be a holiday to where we get off just like every other goddamn national holiday. Christmas, Thanksgiving. You got Thanksgiving, that's the Happy Slaughter the Indians Day. You got Christmas, that's about a fat, jolly white man in a red suit breaking in folk houses, leaving gifts and taking cookies. Or it's, they won't say it's baby Jesus' birthday. That shit is so incorrect based on the calendar dates in the Bible, as I call it. But shit, man, we should get to the point to where we have, it's a day we take off for Martin Luther King Day and we get paid for it. I don't see why we shouldn't. What you think?
You have a good point. We should get the same respect for people that meant a lot to us as black people as they do for their own, the other races.
Yeah.
It's a fact. I'm with you.
Yeah, TZ.
Yeah, hell yeah. We need to, hell yeah. We all don't show up to work. Shit.
Shit, the economy gonna stop.
Don't fucking go.
All right.
We gotta get ours in too.
Yeah. Man, speaking of that, it brought an idea to my head. It's like Black History Month. The shortest month of the entire calendar year. And I know they say we get it because it was with Frederick Douglass' birthday in there. But I feel like we need to flip it from Black History Month to Black History Year. We need to have an entire 365-day calendar year of teaching them nothing but black history. And I'm talking about true black history is what I would say. Not just because George Washington Carver invented the peanut, Harriet Tubman led the slaves to freedom.
They invented the peanut.
Yeah, invented the peanut, as they say. But you know what I'm saying? Just like shit, we should have black history in schools is what I would say. Not just for the month of February. It needs to be taught. That way this world can actually realize where a lot of their inventions came from, such as the traffic light and amongst others. I think even the filament from the light bulb came from the black man.
Cotton gin, hell.
Yeah, the cotton gin.
You like when they ain't made no cotton gin.
You're right.
Give a damn if it got made or not.
I mean, he
made
just
that money though.
he stole the patent.
I mean, just look at history and all the inventions and things that black people have brought to the table that gets no recognition. Of course, they need recognition. Because at that particular time, when a lot of things were being invented, I mean, you couldn't get a patent on it. So they took your invention and basically made money.
Yeah, they did. And still do it.
Yeah, and they need to sue some of them motherfuckers.
Shit, I think I know of one case, and that was the Jack Daniels distillery, because that was actually created by a slave. And Jack Daniels took it and patented it and made it up under his name. But I think when he passed, he left so much of the fortune to that slave's family, and they was able to even come out with another whiskey from the guy to kind of commemorate him. I mean, I think that's how it should be. But at the same time, we already know how it go. They love to take what's not theirs and lay claim to it. They discover shit is what they call it. Like they discovered America and all other kinds of shit.
It wasn't here before they got here. They did discover it. Nobody was already here, man.
Oh shit, you know that.
I'm just saying. Yeah. Come on, that's the only way you can discover something.
If it wasn't here.
If it wasn't there, or nobody was here before you got here.
Right.
I'm thinking the indigenous was already here, so they kind of found it first. Maybe I could be wrong.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
How you gonna discover something that
you get there, somebody there?
Let me go out there and discover me a car sitting inside the road right quick. See how that go.
Yeah, you discover parchment.
Yeah.
But there's some people there too.
Yeah, that's true. You know what I'm saying? That the guy's name was Nathan Green, and the liquor is nearest. That was the guy that actually founded Jack Daniels. I had to look that up right quick. But you know,
But they gave him no props.
no.
I ain't gonna say that they didn't recognize him as being a master distiller or anything like that while he was there, but they really didn't give. You know, his family had to fight
Yep.
for that. You know what I mean? They took that from what he originated and made billions of dollars.
True, they did.
So, you know,
Still to this day.
Yeah, and still making it.
It's not making it yet.
Yeah.
still to this day. I mean, you have to really force their hand to even make them recognize you. Like Thomas Jefferson,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? He had, you know, slave mistresses that he fathered children with, and, you know, even to this day, you know, they should have every birthright and right to the Thomas Jefferson fortune that them white kids got.
True. I would say the same. I would say the same. You know, well, I mean, in my eyes, how do you? I guess I'm gonna pose this as a question. What would be a way to go back and collect on some of the thievery that has happened from us? From well, I'm gonna say how I want to say the thievery from us that they did.
Man, that's deep. I mean, that's deep.
Would that be in the form of a reparation or what you think?
No, that's something totally separate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, reparations are due. That's something that's due to, you know, us as a people, I feel like. But now on the other flip of the coin, like inventions and things of that nature it's something that you can prove,
Mm-hmm.
then they should be, you know what I'm saying, compensated for that. Monetary, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch this though. Reparations is a really big word.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what I'm saying to say is now, for instance, we were at war with Japan.
Uh-huh.
All right, in order to stop Japan from continuing to want to war with us, they dropped Hiroshima, Nagasaki,
Yeah.
Fat Boy, Little Man, whatever the name of the bomb was. All right, now, but then after the war, we gave Japan reparations.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But they was fighting against America.
Yeah.
Now,
Absolutely.
black people were not fighting against America. We were held as slaves.
Yeah.
And promised certain things that was given. Those were not handled. Reparations to us, it is where's that at?
Yeah.
You know, if we can fight against you and get reparations, that's another race.
Yeah.
But then you held us as slaves, we can't get that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They even gave Indians sections of land that they have casinos on. Now they make money.
Yeah.
But us as black people who helped build this country physically
Mm-hmm.
and mentally with the inventions we came up with, what do we get?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Everybody got quiet in the last.
Right.
It was tumbleweed rolling.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we get absolutely nothing. And really, that's
You get to wake your ass up and go to work tomorrow.
that's shitting on us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Basically, they're shitting on us. So I feel like, you know, in any respect, if a country that you helped build all the way up, you know what I'm saying, and you had major contributions and they steady shitting on us, a lot of times I feel y'all like when you say, hey, we should just separate.
Mm-hmm.
We can take our dollar and we keep it amongst ourselves. And
Yeah.
then we'll see how much you appreciate us motherfuckers.
If we could stick together.
If we
Can stick together.
You know, that's
That's the mentality. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah, you know, that's that what I call the crabs in a bucket mentality. And then too, we want to be accepted by the dominant society by so many different means and measures that we don't have a measurement tool of our own. We constantly keep measuring ourselves by them. And I mean, don't get me wrong, if you in control of the world, then that's the stake that you got to lay claim to.
That's a high bar.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I mean, even within ourselves, we got to set a bar for ourselves is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it just can't be, I guess, take the stigma out of it. If I'm a rapper, I ain't got to be a rapper with the gold teeth, the big chains, you know, the 30,000 cars and shit like that. You could be a rapper and be on a, what I like to say on a I don't want to say minuscule level, but I'll say under the radar. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, take your money instead of investing it in chains and shit like that, and invest it in real estate, invest it in property, invest it in, you know, in schools, and you know, and like LeBron did, build your own school for your own people if you got that type of breed. But the stigma of being a rapper, being an NBA star, being an NFL star is you got to be shining, you got to be glossing and flossing and this and that. And that's all because of their standards. But they don't even act like that amongst themselves. You know, shit, you see them, they got billionaires walking around here in Wrangler jeans from Walmart with a white tee and some buddies.
Right, some Vans on.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You know they,
But shit, we over here fighting over Jordan because the new release date just came out.
Gosh.
Man, it's kind of,
Yeah.
the way I look at it, this. If you earned it, you got the right to do those things, you know what I'm saying? If you got a balance.
Yeah.
You just can't, you know, of course, in my opinion, I wouldn't just do strictly for myself. If I'm helping people, you know, and I done got there to this status and I want to look good and shine, you know, that's, you know, I feel like that's a part of it. You grinded to get there so you can be that way.
Okay.
But now at the end of the day, if that's all you about, then that's really poor to me.
So let me ask you a question. When you say if you work hard and you know you got it, you shine the way you want to shine, do you think is it necessary to shine with 18 chains on? Okay.
Yes. Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Or can you just have you one nice chain, one nice watch, and still floss like you want to?
No, I need them all on at the same time.
Okay.
No.
Why would you want them all at the same time?
I want to look
Because
at
I'm
all.
a fucking idiot, that's why.
I want to look at all my shit.
Yeah, at the same time. It's not good enough to have money. I got to let everybody know I got it.
I got it, nigga.
Right? It's on my neck.
It's on my neck.
Don't you see me getting out the Ferrari?
I'm draped up and dripped out.
Okay, Bun B, I agree.
Know what I'm talking about?
See, you know what though? Actually, Bond don't even dress like that 99% of the time you see him on something. He just chilling.
That's
He
it.
might have something on, but he ain't running out of shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Money to worry about, but he chilling. Kendrick Lamar, for instance.
Right.
You don't see him out there like that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
You know what I'm saying? Somebody else, I give you like that Big Crit.
Yep,
You know what I'm
chilling.
saying? King Remember That Time, straight out of Meridian, Mississippi.
Yep.
Man, respect to that brother too.
Respect.
You know what I'm saying? Even like David Banner. David Banner changed his shit around.
Chilling.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
see, that's the whole thing. When you know better, you do better. But now when you first get some money, yeah, you're going to go out there and you're going to floss. You know, because it feels good. But now when it comes down to it, when you look back at it, you be like, hey, all that was really for nothing. I'm trying to make myself look good for people that don't even really care nothing about me.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Even when you say getting in line for these Jordans, you steady constantly, you chasing something that you can never attain.
What's that?
You can never attain acceptance from people that really don't give a fuck about you in the first place.
That's black or white, you know what I'm saying?
Message.
All right.
Cause that's some true shit. Like, why is it that we got to want the acceptance of people that don't give a fuck about us? I mean, why not just say, oh, okay, well, shit, you don't want us, you don't like us, guess what? We're gonna create a little African town over here. Just like they got a little Chinatown. You know what I'm saying? Little Japan, a little Tokyo. You know what I'm saying? Even like the Mexican culture, they pretty much band together and be with themselves. Now, I'm not saying that everybody's perfect, but you see other cultures and other ethnicities doing for themselves outside of us. And it's all because we got, and to me, some of it has been ingrained in our brain stems where it's like we've always got to show that we are equal or better than them. You know what I'm saying? You would even hear your mom and them say, "Oh no, you're not gonna run around this store because you got home training. You gotta show yourself better than them." When little Johnny over there running around, he getting Skittles and stuff like this, and his parents says, "Oh, stop little Johnny. No, you get clotheslined by the neck because you got to be better than them." But at the end of the day, why do you got to be better than them to show them that you're better than them? Shit, you could just really just do you as your people, and the evidence gonna speak for itself.
Well, it was a time when we were like that. when we had more community and we were more involved in the community, when we took pride in ourselves and where we walked the walk and talked the talk. I mean, you look back in some of the old pictures of some of the guys back in the days or the women back in the days, and they dressed, you know what I'm saying? They you know what I'm saying? They looked good. They may not even had nothing. But you wouldn't be able to tell it by looking at them.
Right. They didn't come outside with the hair navy with pajama pants in Walmart and some flip flops.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm
So,
saying? That's kind of off to me, but anyway.
Yeah, me too. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm kind of like, if you gonna go out, now don't get me wrong, I ain't saying you got to go out there and put a 3-piece suit on to go out. You know what I'm saying? But I will say, I'm like my mom said, you don't never know what's gonna happen. At least keep you a clean pair of drawers on.
Right.
You know, but
and a word that I hate, well, I'm starting to hate more and more every day.
what's it?
Is the word humble.
Humble. Oh man.
They always want us to be humble.
Oh man.
We always got to be humble and be thankful for what we got.
Yeah.
Like we not supposed to have it. So you want to tell a kid that's coming up that's, you know, good in sports, stay humble, stay humble. Why the fuck I got to stay humble and I'm better than every motherfucking body else?
Right.
That's funny.
Yeah. Like
I can motherfucking flaunt my shit too.
All right.
now I get you on that because I watched it was on the Expeditionally podcast with T.I. It was T.I., Carlos Miller, and a cat on there by the name of Ken. And he was the one that brought that message up like that too, where he was like, you know what I'm saying, the worst word that we can ever hear is the humble. Humble. Like, why do I have to push myself down to be on your level because you can't get to where I'm at?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, shit, I shouldn't have to humble nothing that comes with me. But you know that's the world we live in. You know what I'm saying? The first thing, and that comes, don't get me wrong, it comes from your religious teachings as well. Humble thyself before God. Humble thyself before God. Now, if you on the top of your game,
You did get quiet.
you know what I'm saying? If you on top of your game, don't get me wrong now. I'm not getting too deep into it.
I think he looked at like,
No, wait on it.
Cause see, this is
lightning.
I'm itching.
the reason I'm going into this like this right here because I feel like that they have recontextualized the Bible as a control mechanism. It's not about your spirituality. It's about control.
So that's what you had a problem with, is the fact that you feel that the Bible itself has been used as a tool in order to control the minority. But most Christians, aren't minority, though.
Not even the minority. It controls the masses.
Yeah, it controls it all.
The masses.
Religion controls.
So now, when you look at it, and the reason I even had a problem with it in the first place is, out of all the years and all the suffering or whatever thing that we have went through as a people is going through slavery and all this. Now, you mean to tell me your slave master would kill you or beat you damn near to death if he caught you trying to get education or read or write or anything like that? But you mean to tell me he gonna introduce you to his God?
Yeah, because that's the only book that we was able to allow to read.
That you could ever.
But how you gonna read it? You can't read.
Oh, they could. That's the only thing that they would let. I ain't gonna say they would let, but they would let you go to church and hear those teachings.
Yeah, that's the only education you can get because it was a control mechanism of obey thy master as you will obey God. One key verse in
Obey those that have rule over you.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, whoa.
Slaves, obey your master.
Yeah.
If I had me, 15, 20 slaves, I'd feel the same way. You know what I'm saying?
So you got to keep them in line.
Hell yeah, them crops got to come in, my nigga. Shit. Hell, I'm serious. Shit.
But now,
your ass in line.
Yeah.
at the end of the day, that's you on top, right? But now, what if you're on the other side of that?
I ain't gonna be appreciative of that.
Of course not. You're going to be looking at, I want to read the book where it say the slave, teach me what a slave was rebelling. And the slaves came back and slaughtered the master.
Oh no, they took that out.
And made themselves the kings.
They took that out. No. They can't let the slaves. They can't let the slaves hear
I don't
that.
remember that part there, but
Yeah, they can't.
enlighten me.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
See, just speaking on one book, which is the Bible. The Bible is mixing about 66 different chapters out of the
But
Bible.
it's got 66 in it.
It got 66, but you're missing another good 66 out of it.
Probably more than
Because you got, when Napoleon took over, you know what I'm saying, the countries over there, Africa, or before it became Africa, it was Africa, you know. When he took that over, he broke that book completely down. Took it back over to Rome and the English countries, and said, we can use this to control the masses, and it's been a trickle-down effect ever since. You know, you hear your elder parents that come out there and say, oh no, you don't serve no other God but Jesus. Jesus is your way to salvation. Jesus sits at the right hand of God and pleads for your sins when you confess them, so that way you can have a seat in heaven. Well, just sit back and read it, and you know, you start to think as a conscious thinking man. If I'm a reflection of God in the physical form, and since Jesus died on the cross for my sins, I now have a direct path to God. Why do I need an intercessor to talk to God?
This is my opinion from what I understand of the Bible. I'm gonna make it real short. Back in the day in the Old Testament, we used to sacrifice lambs and sheep and all that kind of stuff. But he wanted your first fruits, right? Had to be the best. You couldn't give him the grain that was burning in the store. You had to give him the first fruit of everything.
Right.
Unspotted, unblemished. So, from my understanding, as well, the most important thing on the earth is human life. Okay? But in human life, there is none that was unspotted, unblemished, pure. So that's the reason for Jesus, because he came to, you know, he was a sacrifice, is what it was.
Yeah.
A human sacrifice, which is, you know, that's the most important thing on earth.
Yeah.
That's paraphrasing, but
I get where you're coming from.
that's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
You come from sheep and lambs and grain. He said, nah, y'all sacrificing all y'all grains and sheep and stuff, and then y'all going right back to sinning. So I'm gonna make one sacrifice. Y'all Israelites, y'all been messing up. I'm gonna let other people come in. So therefore, I'm gonna bring in an unspotted, unblemished lamb of the human. But in order to do that, I gotta do some immaculate stuff.
Right.
And I'm God, so I can do that.
Right.
Exactly.
So they go Mary and Joseph, Jesus, 33 years old, sacrifice. Now you can get in him. That's kind of sort of the short and skinny of.
But now let me ask you this. Do you realize that same story has been told countless of times
Before.
Sacrifice.
No.
The main topic of all of it
Is sacrifice.
It's sacrifice. But
Yeah.
Now, what I always say was I wanted to know what my ancestors believed in
They believe in Christianity too.
before we was introduced.
That's here in America, though.
No, that's even in Africa. It was called Coptic. It was called Coptic Christians.
Okay.
That was Amun Ra, you know what I'm saying, Amun. You know, all your African gods that you see that they hold high and mighty. Now, just say, for instance, you watching the movie The Mummy. You know, they got all these African gods in there.
Ra was the sun god.
Ra was the sun god. God
The sun.
God of the sun, Jesus, boom. Well, even like you look at the depiction of Jesus walking across water, that's actually talking about the horizon, the sun rising and the rays going across the ocean. Jesus walking on water.
Okay.
So it gets deeper than what a lot of people want to understand. They want to take the small part of it and tether it to their lives and say, oh, this is what's going to get me to the heavens. This is what's going to send you to hell.
Now, let me say this though. Now, we're going back to slavery. I don't know about that African stuff right now because I'm not that deep. Maybe one day I get there.
Yeah.
But the main thing that religion, Christianity is what we were given.
Right.
The main thing it gave our people, and up until today, right this very day, right here, this second, is hope.
Correct.
That's something that we didn't have, and the only way we could get it, and still this day. You were saying about create our own communities and blah, blah, blah. I get that. But see, they did that already for us. It's called the ghetto. They did
projects.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Right.
Now, what our job is to do is to take what we have and build, educate our children, build better communities, make sure our children get educated properly, make sure they know that they can be and do things that they may not realize by looking around here. You don't have to be the dope boy.
Right.
You don't have to wear the gold chains. You don't have to go out there and do these things, rob people and things like that.
Amen.
Hope is what we, that's just my little humble opinion.
Now watch this.
Yeah.
Everything we do, they villainize it, right? Everything they do, they, what word am I looking for? They
Praise it. They put it up.
pretty much praise it. Yeah. Okay, now you take the mob. How many mob movies you got out there?
Can't count them.
They love when they do something like that and get away with it. Even Bonnie and Clyde, you got
Museums.
many of them movies about Bonnie and Clyde. But see, if we do it like that, we villainous.
Yeah, Queen and Slim, say for instance, on the Bonnie and Clyde side.
Yeah, we always are the ones that take the blame and they get the praise.
Meek and humble. That's what we are.
Yeah.
Yo, don't get me wrong. I totally agree with everything you just said. The key message is sacrifice and hope. The two things that we as black people, I'm gonna say not the two things. The one thing that we as black people do not want to do is make that sacrifice. We comfortable where we at. That's why it's so hard for us to get together.
Nobody wants sacrifice.
Nah, nobody wants to take that sacrifice. But we all love the hope. I hope I can get this. I hope I can get that. But even in every book that I've ever read, the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, reading into Buddhism, Hinduism, all of this, it all states this in some fact. Faith without works is dead. If you can hope all you want, but if you ain't getting up off your ass and trying to get it for yourself, you're not gonna get it.
Well, I sure hope I hit this motherfucker.
I hope you do too.
And I done motherfucker did some work. I done went and bought some damn ticket.
You got to read the damn numbers, make sure and shit, all that old.
So I hope I hit this motherfucker.
Did you use your horoscopes?
I just do it that
You got to base it on something.
I just pick them damn numbers.
You got to base it on something.
Now, if I hit that motherfucker, I'm tell you something. You talking about a motherfucker got on goddamn. You know, chains. Motherfucker, I'm gonna have I'm gonna be like mouse or moose. I'm gonna go around like
She ain't gonna be a C-face.
what the motherfucker name you wear? I don't got them gold.
Mr. T.
I'm gonna be like motherfucking T.
Make Mr. T look minor.
Motherfucker come all the way up
here. Yeah, that's your meal, doesn't it?
That's it. You cut all this off, but I'm gonna go. Well, y'all crazy, man. But that's the truth, though.
You can't have a gold chain on the mirrors. Just hang chains and shit everywhere.
You know, this is what I would do. Cause you know, hell, you ain't. I mean, if you get money like that, it's a different thing if you don't work for it. If you just get it, number motherfucker, damn. Your bank account sitting on motherfucker 500 million.
Ooh, baby.
Hey.
I don't know, man. You know, I changed the world.
I'm hiring some hired guns to be around me if I got that much.
I mean, do what you got to do.
Hey, man, I'm protecting myself. That's
Do
all I'm
what you
saying.
got to do.
I changed the world, brother.
Yeah,
I don't feel like I need that much protection.
Chill.
I don't.
But see,
all enough motherfucking goddamn nephews, motherfucking brothers.
And they on payroll.
Yeah, motherfucker come around me if you want to. I never forget I won that money at the casino.
yeah.
And the motherfucker security asked me, he said, you need the limo, you want protection to go to the house? I said, hell no. I don't need shit. I said, I'd be damn if a motherfucker gonna take this motherfucker. Man, I walked up out that motherfucker the same way I walked in, by my motherfucker self.
Yeah.
And I'd be damn if a motherfucker gonna try me, they got me fucked up.
I wish a motherfucker would be in my seat. What's that?
Yeah, I wish a motherfucker would be in my seat.
I'm gonna cash your ass out.
But no, I mean, to say all of what we just said, it was brought about by you know what I'm saying, Dr. King, and to see all that he fought for within his lifespan, and, he fought for equality, you know what I'm saying, integration, he fought for so much civil rights, voting rights, he fought for so much to get so little appreciation. Yeah, they gave him a day, they put him a statue in Washington, but he gets so little appreciation because they pretty much just blow this day off. You walk into work, you don't even get, happy Martin Luther King Day.
Nobody ever say that.
Nobody never says that, but as soon as you walk into work New Year's Day, Happy New Year's.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy Thanksgiving.
July.
What y'all doing? Happy 4th of July.
Niggas ain't even barbecuing for Martin Luther King.
What?
Niggas ain't doing shit.
It's
just another day we get off work.
Somebody, you got to be a government employee.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That's what's crazy to me, and I want us as a people to start more so appreciating each other.
Do they really hate the motherfucker?
Who?
The reason why they don't give him the day off?
Why you got to be a motherfucker?
I mean, I just use that. That's just natural.
Now that kind of rubbed my shoulder the wrong way.
You really hate him. I mean, I'm just saying. You call me a motherfucker, I call him a motherfucker. I mean, that's a term of endearment to me.
You never call him a nigga.
I don't call you a motherfucker, goddamn.
You say you don't like
you.
You need to be thankful you said that shit.
I really don't think they really like Martin. They don't like none of our leaders. Never have liked none of our leaders. Nobody but Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton crazy asses. That's because they placated right into the Sambo stereotype, But anybody that really stood for something in the black community, they either incarcerate or assassinate.
Why would you like someone that kicks against the system that you've created? No,
you're
not gonna like that.
No, of course not.
Somebody saying your system is flawed.
Mm-hmm.
But it's my system.
Right.
And here go this dude over here telling all this people that my system is flawed. He's not gonna like him. You know what I'm saying? They placate us by giving us these little holidays and stuff. But at the end of the day, they're not gonna like him. No. Why would they? That's crazy.
No.
Like if I got somebody working for me, but they don't want to do what I asked them to do,
right?
I'll be like, what the hell you working?
Well, why you working for me if you don't want to do right?
So, in other words, America in itself works for those up here. And if you kick against what those up here has put down,
right,
they're not gonna like you.
Man,
as a population, as a people, as anything, this is what it is. You're not gonna be cool with them, as they say.
Message. Yeah. I got to put it out there like that because he's telling absolutely the unadulterated truth. They don't like nobody that kick against them. That's why all of our leaders, some kind of way, are no longer here. Like, ask yourself why Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson still floating around this motherfucker. Because they was in with the system.
They ain't been shot at.
None of that.
Prison, threatened. They go to jail for a couple of days.
That's it.
To kind of, make it seem like they're cool with the population.
Yeah.
They get in front of the march, but other than that,
they're basically handpicked. They basically chosen.
Yeah.
Show.
They may have had great aspirations at first, but then once they got to a certain level, they done had a couple of meetings.
They got a total line.
Total line.
You can do so much, but don't go too far.
All right, nigga. You better get back. Oh, I'm sorry, they don't say nigga. I'm sorry. All right, nigger. You better get your ass back.
I can't go that fucking line. That's why I'll be assassinated.
Yeah.
I can't toe the fucking line.
Let me know beforehand so I can kind of like not show up at that.
Yeah, like wherever you gonna be.
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't trying to get shot.
You said,
Shit don't feel good.
I'll tell you what, man, I got something to do that day.
I'm gonna tell you something.
That's more, sir.
I'm gonna tell you something. It's time for you niggas to die.
Say who? Say what now? Come on, wait a minute, hold on. Run that by me one more time.
I said it's time for you niggas to die.
Hey, you know something I don't know?
Well, you know what?
Shit.
Hold on, I'm bad Christian. I done died and been reborn again. Hell no. Hell no.
Drop that gym now.
Wait a minute, hold up.
Yeah, I got some shit I gotta do later on. It's this man's birthday. Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I'm sure he ain't trying to get blowed up and shit. Now I ain't trying to go
Happy
with it.
birthday. but
Birthday or not.
You need to motherfucker be ready when your number called.
They can call me later on the week or something.
We
Hey,
always say it, but now when we willing, look at them folks that's going to watch. Now they got the whole fucking nation on alert. Talking about all 50 capitals.
They protesting that.
They protesting. These motherfuckers is ready to die for they motherfucking belief.
yeah, till they get arrested and shit. Then they be like,
Yeah, of course, but you know, it's motherfuckers that died. That went over there and I'm pretty sure they didn't know they were gonna die that day.
when they showed up. They know that shit.
Them motherfuckers is dead.
Are they dead? Are they?
Are we willing to motherfucker die for a cause? These motherfuckers willing to die for Donald fucking Trump.
You do know they have crisis actors at these scenes, right?
I don't believe that bullshit.
I do. I
You can
do.
believe all you want to believe.
So hold
You
on.
can have all the crisis actors you want to have, but at the end of the day, them motherfuckers went to Washington and they stormed that motherfucker.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. I give you that. But do you believe like this?
How many motherfucking niggas would have went to Washington and motherfucker did the same thing them white folk did?
What you say last week?
Massacre? Shit.
Nah, what you say last
I
week?
don't remember, but I wasn't going.
Cause we know better.
Yeah, I wasn't going. That's how many going.
Right.
None. Shit, you got some sense.
So sometimes it's I'm like Malcolm X, man, you know what I'm saying? Hell, why the fuck I wanna keep motherfucker living and I ain't motherfucker free? The only motherfucker thing these motherfuckers respect
Hope. That's why.
is to, okay, we gonna keep hoping.
Keep hope alive.
And they gonna keep on motherfucker beating you down. They gonna keep putting that boot in your fucking head.
Well,
Same fucking bullets. We didn't shoot them because we ain't want to waste
up
a bullet on
yeah.
them, motherfucker.
Yeah, well, wherever they doing the booting at, I'm gonna just wait at the house. and shit.
Yeah, I mean-
when it's over.
Don't get me wrong now.
We gotta stand for something we fall for anything.
Well, that's true.
Every fucking time. I'm more militant now than I was when I was motherfucking 18, 19.
I hear it in your voice.
Yeah.
I'm way more militant now.
I'm militant, but I got to be militant.
I would be the one that don't get me to that area or that place where we have to say fuck it.
Let me ask you this here now. You say you're more militant. I'm listening to that, and I'm appreciating that. You know, strong black man,
Yeah.
very opinionated, which
Yeah.
is a good thing, because that means you're standing for what you believe in, right? You're speaking about what you believe in. That's a good thing. But can you be this or that militant by yourself?
Hell no.
One man is not an army.
Nah.
Nor is he an island. What one man is one man.
Right.
And what does one man get accomplished?
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot by itself.
Not by itself. You
So
got
you-
to have some people with
Yeah,
you.
somebody got to listen.
So
And we're not listening though.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to start no militia
I hope you ain't gonna join.
or no uprising or no shit like that.
Good.
What I'm saying is, it come a time where you know, you gotta be like, fuck it. You know, I'm not gonna take this shit no fucking more.
So what do we do then?
yeah.
Now, that's when you pull the strap
Huh?
Well, you say get the scrap.
and you take shit to your own motherfucking hand.
All right then. Ooh, look at the time.
Oh my.
I mean, I'm just saying this is what motherfuckers respect. They don't respect a motherfucker that keep rolling over. We had motherfucker figured that out by now?
I said that shit last week, and you were like, no, we still have to keep going. Push forward. We got to keep voting. We got to keep protesting. It's making a change.
Look, I believe in all that. But I'm just saying, when your back is against the fucking wall.
Oh, that's totally different.
When a motherfucker done fuck with you for the last fucking time, you done had a fucking nut.
What happened, like, in a week's time?
I'm thinking of like last week is vote. Yeah. Democrat this and Democrat that. Right now, you saying some shit like,
What's wrong? You watch Malcolm X? That's what happened?
the shit twice. Nigga watch Glory. Yeah, watch Glory.
You watch that church fall down this
What you do that for?
You know you can't watch them movies. It open up all rooms.
Boy. You did him like a death?
That shit hurt. That shit
Yeah,
hurt
man, right up in here though, all up on the inside.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
But you
saying?
know what it took? It took a old school Negro to put them hands on him.
He was a bootlicker.
Who?
You to my Morgan. You to my Morgan.
Was a bootlicker.
Hey, Morgan said he was trying to get them to survive.
Right.
That's what he was trying to do. He told him, said, listen here, boy. You run around with so much anger, you can't even see that you ain't hurting your people, you're hurting yourself.
That's some Clarksdale shit there.
Hey, he was telling him, slow down, you can't do it by yourself. We here to help you.
That's what I'm saying today.
That's what he was saying.
Thank you, Jesus. Oh, did I say that wrong?
Nah. Thank you, Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
When you get to the point where you sick and tired,
Of being,
You shoot people.
then that's what you do.
No.
I ain't saying you shoot people.
now you acting like them.
You really, you at the point where look, man, I can't take this shit no more. Y'all fucking with me. Hey, what the fuck you want me to do?
You trying to share some information we don't know about or something?
Yeah, like you got something you want to get off? I'm just asking. Cause it sounds like you got some inner turmoil right now.
I am your friend.
I've been having.
We cool, dog.
I've been.
Now you can vent if you need to.
I'm trying
Please.
to vent.
We're here to
I'm
listen.
trying to
Right.
tell motherfuckers that either we can go do this thing one or two ways. We always say this shit. We can do this shit like some gentlemen,
No, we can do this shit.
or we can get into some gangster shit.
Alright.
Now, this the type of shit that I'm on.
Yeah.
I can motherfucker sit back and motherfucker, we can play this shit either kind of way you want to go.
Up to you.
Cause I'm a gentleman and a gangster.
Alright.
All right, that's
Whatever
it.
you gotta do.
Shout out to Big Smoke D with the new song. You know what I'm saying? New song, Gangsta, Godsta. But man, hey, I'm with you. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm very militant myself, but you got to be strategically militant nowadays. You know what I'm saying? We can't run out there and do a mass shooting like them motherfuckers can and get a what you call a Burger King meal on the way to the jailhouse.
Alright, pull over.
Shit.
Dylan Roof.
Yeah, Dylan Roof. Yeah, but you go down there and be like the cat down in Dallas, or so they say in Dallas. They blow a whole motherfucking building up just to get him, and yet they didn't find no remnants of his body, but they found his ID. Come on now.
The ID made it, but just flesh and bone.
None of that didn't make it. Ain't not even a tooth. Not a tooth that didn't make it. That's why I tell you, man, it's a bunch of crisis shit going on. When I say it's crisis actors out there, they got them on their side and they put them on our side. When we out there protesting and them motherfuckers out there looting and shit, we don't start there looting and shit.
Let me tell you, I don't put nothing past them, but what we gotta do is we gotta quit falling for the banana in the tailpipe. Fuck the okie doke. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be motherfucker, way more motherfucker strategic than what we are. You feel me? I said it last week. We need to motherfucking figure out how to use them the way they use us. You know what I'm saying? How you got a motherfucker at this rally? I mean, the storm of the Capitol building. How you got any black people out there?
Did you see something?
Yeah, it was something.
Yeah, I ain't paying attention.
Yeah,
How
it was
you
something.
got
What's
any?
going on, man?
There was one nigga standing in the office like,
I just like having niggas at a Klan rally. Come on, man. Y'all niggas gotta do better, bro.
hey man,
And then them niggas that's there at them motherfucking rally like that, I Oh, they need to be dealt with. They need to be ostracized. They need to be called the fuck out.
They need to go ahead. I'm sorry.
That might be why they there, because they experienced that the rest of their life though.
Yeah.
They might have been ostracized at some point by our community because of their views.
Yeah.
Because if you're a bootlicker, you need to be ostracized.
Well, you're allowed to have your own view.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to have my view. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all believe things I don't believe. I believe things y'all believe. You know, everybody should be allowed to have their own view.
Yeah.
Don't mean you should shoot them in the head.
Right.
I ain't say shoot him in the head.
Oh,
But that's
I said ostracized.
That's shooting them in the head.
Words in my mouth.
But see, like that's what we do.
Sit on the side.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like this.
Slap him up a little bit.
Okay, boy, you stupid.
Well, shit. I mean, whip their ass, just don't shoot them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like,
Then a nigga.
it's like me. Okay, like this right here. If we got 3 individuals sitting right here. Okay, just say for instance, this is just Christian, and I call myself a Muslim. I'm already a Muslim or a Muslim, however you want to say it. I'm already looked at as being different. I'm already pushed to the outside because I don't believe the exact same way that you believe.
Look at you no different.
No, I'm talking about this is us in the black community. I'm just using us 3 as examples.
Okay.
This is how we do this.
We look at you because we don't understand why you wear on that
When you see the black Muslim one, about that
hijab
turban.
and just covered up.
That
And
nigga said
that's what I'm
hijab.
saying. We just don't understand why you praying 27 times a day. You know, that's the only thing we don't
Well,
understand.
then you think you saying when you saying, "Oh Lord, help me," that's a prayer. You do the same shit.
Right, I'm trying to say it right.
Muslims just a little more structured.
They more disciplined.
Discipline
But see,
is the word.
that's what I'm saying. That's why, I mean, you don't understand. They're like white people. They don't really understand our culture.
Yeah.
So they are on guard a lot of times. Because they think we want to fuck them up for the shit that they done did to us.
They
We
do.
really ain't even on that shit.
A lie.
I don't care.
lie.
That shit gone.
Not you, Mr. Militant.
I am militant. I ain't sitting up there thinking about, okay, I'm finna go out here and fuck white people up today.
Yeah.
Because of what they did 400 years ago.
Yeah, I'm not thinking on those terms. I'm trying to give you a chance to make it right.
You just
and
wanna
you
get-
still want to keep on with the racism and keep pushing me down like I ain't worth shit. Now I'm gonna get frustrated and then I'm gonna react out. You know what I'm saying? It's just like if you be in Walmart or something. You know what I'm saying? You might be like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And you see racism. We see it and experience it every day. Well, this particular day that racism come to you, well, a motherfucker think they finna just run you over and you slap the fuck out that motherfucker. Now you wrong. You feel me?
Yeah.
But don't keep pushing a motherfucker. Motherfucker, goddamn, you ain't motherfucking God's gift to the earth. Really? I am.
Boy, this fool said, really, I am. You know what we just had? And we ain't had this in so long. And this is your first time to ever experience it. We just had what you call a Tez random rant. That's just what we had.
Please and thank you. Shit.
Man, that shit crazy. All of that came out of Happy Birthday for Dr. King. My God.
Yeah, man.
Hey, let me tell you something. We ain't told Dr. King, so we don't Sipp City, so
Yep. Sipp City, my brothers.
Hey, sip up
And,
water.
happy birthday, Dr. King.
Yeah, Dr. King, man, we appreciate everything you ever did. Malcolm,
Push the segregation.
Marcus Garvey, you know, Tariq Nasheed. So going into some of the new cats out here nowadays, Brothers O. Williams, Mega Evers, you know, Harriet Tubman,
Shortway Lumumba.
Yeah, Chokeway Lumumba, the daddy.
Not the son, the
Daddy, you know, he did a lot. Even goddamn, what's my cat name? That was the male before him. Came off WLBT 3 on your side. You know which one I'm talking about, the black cat.
Frank Miller.
Frank Miller, even him. Thank him. He was the only male I ever know that was scrapped
Alright.
with the vest on saying y'all niggas got to go.
Alright. Go
I don't
ahead.
really fuck with him.
And man go out there and see a bando. You got the bulldog.
Yeah. Say I know about it.
I
Shit.
don't fuck with Frank.
He was cleaning up the hood,
I'm
man.
just saying,
I was on the side. I was on the other side.
man, boy.
At that particular time.
That man say I know about it.
Yeah, you come say I know about it.
Yeah, it's all shit on the ground. You know,
But you know what I'm saying? They're just people just you know, like they're just rambling off the top of my head, man. But you know, we have a lot of things to work on. And it's gonna take more than just sitting down, talking to a few people here, talking to a few people there. And one good thing about having something of like this right here, as far as a podcast or a radio show or a TV show or something like that, we get a chance to have our voices being heard. And it might not even be to the masses yet, but it's coming. But those that do listen to us, we have a responsibility to them to kind of give them enlightenment, give them a different way to see things other than just, well, this is how it used to be and this is how it is. You know, we got to be able to open up another door for them, you know, especially the younger generation. The younger generation is following the same path that you guys follow, I follow, you know, only because I'm in a different generation factor. But we all follow the exact same pedigree throughout life. And we all end up in the same boat. How do we take that boat that we in, put some rows outside of it on either side, and roll this motherfucker where it need to be? We got to start trying to figure that out amongst ourselves. We can't wait on them, like with these stimulus packages and shit, that's gonna give me my segue to the next topic. All of these, you know, we already know they're not gonna give us reparations, so there's no sense to keep asking about it. You know what I'm saying? It's right now for us to take down, stand down on everything that we need to stand down on, and start to do for self. I preach that a lot. I'm gonna keep preaching that a lot. And going into that, you got the new Biden program coming in. He's being inaugurated in on January 20th. That's what you were speaking of when they were talking about all the 50 state capitals supposed to be on alert with all the protests and stuff like that. You got him coming in. The first thing he say is he wants to institute a stimulus package. It's supposed to be $1.9 trillion stimulus package. I'm gonna hit the highlights of it. The highlights of it is this right here. Direct payments of $1,400 to most Americans, bringing the total relief to $2,000, including the $600 payment that they just paid. Increasing the federal unemployment benefit from $300 to $400 per week. One good thing that I'm gonna love about this, increasing the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour. That is one big thing that was always needed. Extending the eviction. Say it again.
I don't know about that.
Oh yeah, we need that. We need it.
Not really.
You know,
We don't really need that.
I'm gonna come back to you on that, and I want you to tell me why. Making $350 billion in state and local government aid, $170 billion in K-12 schools and institutions of higher learning, $50 billion toward COVID-19 testing, $20 billion toward a national vaccine program, and making the child tax credit fully refundable for the year and increasing the credit to $3,000 per child, $3,600 for a child under the age of 6. So that is his $1.9 trillion COVID relief plan that he wants to put out. Now, we heard all of that, and you made a point on not raising the federal minimum wage. Why?
All right. I'm an entrepreneur, Negro.
Okay.
That's how I make my living.
Okay.
By doing things with people to get stuff done to make money. Now, in my mind, I understand what somebody want to make more money, but this is my mindset that I learned over the years is that the reason you're supposed to get more money is because you're doing something different than you was before. Now, if you sitting here and doing the same thing today you were doing 5 years ago, why am I increasing your pay by X amount of dollars? You know, the same thing. Yeah, loyalty is one thing, but then like, you need to be doing something different, something more, something to bring something to the company.
Added value to it.
Added value, brother.
Okay.
That's where money come from, added value.
Okay.
It don't come from just living.
Okay.
That's what, for instance, all of us are just living, right? We don't get paid for that. You get paid for working. You get paid, and the more you work, the more you do, the more you learn, the more people that know what you do, you get paid more for it. Therefore, you get more dough. Okay. You don't get more dough just for living. mean, because if you did, nobody be complaining.
Yeah.
We all alive. We getting paid. Thank you, Jesus. But no, man, I don't believe in that.
Brother Tez, in response to what that was, what do you think on that?
I think the United States is the biggest ripoff ever in the history of mankind.
Wow.
First, you get a job.
Mm-hmm.
You pay tax. You get a house. You pay tax. You buy a car. You pay tax. You got to buy a tag. You got to buy insurance. You pay taxes on your insurance. You go to the grocery store. You pay taxes. You paying tax on top of tax on top of tax, and then you tell somebody they need to make it off of $7.25 an hour, whatever the fucking minimum wage is. If you are any type of employer, you are already paying your worker more than that anyway. Yes, you can't get nobody to come work for you.
Right.
Because if you gonna hire me in at $7.25, I'm trying to figure out how the fuck I can steal every fucking thing up I get.
Hey, that's true story.
So now you gonna get it either this way or that way.
Yeah.
So now if you pay somebody a living wage where they can make a living, you got more happy employees. You got people that's gonna show up to work. You're gonna have people that's not gonna throw your shit in the bag and be like, you know, hey, fuck you, get the fuck on. I don't need you. Why you even come here any fucking way? Go over across the street, bitch. In other words, you're gonna have more people that's gonna be more happy. So you're gonna get more for your bang for your buck than if you paying somebody that's coming up here that's going out in the parking lot smoking weed every fucking chance they get.
But the tripped out part is, Ted, I'm total agreement with you, an agreement, or whatever the word is, I'm not sure. But at the end of the day, them same folks who smoking the weed in the parking lot now because they're not getting X amount of dollars.
Could you make it off $15 an hour right now?
I couldn't because that's just not my life.
Okay.
I have built up to a certain life. That's
Okay.
different. You can't
Okay.
compare me to
So-
$15
so-
an hour dude.
From people that's making $15 an hour.
I couldn't make it on a 30. What do you mean?
That's what I'm telling you. I can't make it. My lifestyle ain't no way. Because you look at $15 an hour, you still ain't bringing home no more than what? $500 a week? $600 a week?
And what, $15 an hour?
Yeah.
No.
What you bring home?
I don't care. I don't know, but I do know this here.
I ain't gotta get.
The same folk that was smoking weed in the parking lot, they gonna just buy more weed.
That's true.
15 times
They ain't gonna start smoking weed.
$600 a week.
Okay.
That's before taxes. I
That's
get
before
that.
tax.
I get
That
that.
is no fucking money. I was making that when I graduated high school.
Yeah, you know, but see, this is what I like about it. What it does is it now forces the companies that love to underpay people to pay them what they're worth.
But then it punishes the consumer and those who have already been doing a decent wage for folks.
And well, I kind of agree, but I kind of disagree with that. And the reason I'm gonna say is because the consumer, for one, if you paying $15 an hour across the board, consumeration is gonna go with that because it's just like inflation.
It's gonna have to. It's punishing the consumer.
But now what I don't like is because the federal minimum wage, I think it's at $7.75, and it's been like that since what, fucking 2005, 6, something like that.
I've never paid anybody that.
15, 20 years.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like they have not raised the federal minimum wage to go with inflation. You know what I'm saying? Everything has inflated, but you can still allow companies to pay somebody $7.75 or $7.50 or $7.25 an hour. Nobody can make it off of it. Even at $15 an hour, a single income family cannot work. They can't make it. You know what I'm saying? Right now it takes damn near 2.5 people to make a household run. So I look at it like this. Which I'm not under $15 or nothing like that, don't get me wrong, but if I was a person that was only making $9 an hour, and now all of a sudden, whoa, I can get $15 an hour, that makes my life so much more better because now I got an extra $4 an hour, even though the taxes gonna go up on you. That ain't what they accounted for yet because you $15, you're gonna go up in a different tax bracket, what a lot of people don't understand. But once you get it, it's like, oh man, I can see myself a little further. Now instead of me having $17 between two people coming in the household, now I got $30 coming in. So now I can get my baby these extra clothes that they need. Or I could be able to pay this extra bill and I ain't got to defer the payment or put myself on a payment plan for my light bill or something like that.
Once again, they show you every chance they get that they shit on us. Every fucking chance they get.
Oh, he back to the black man.
They can give you stimulus payment for every American.
Yeah.
But they can't give you reparations. They can raise minimum wage to whatever level they want to, but they gonna shit on us. They telling you we don't really fuck with y'all. Y'all here, but we really don't like you, nigga.
But the thing about it, Ted, things understood don't need no explaining. You already know you ain't getting that, so you might well let that go.
Yeah,
Well, we gonna get reparations.
Where it coming from?
Oh, it's coming.
Where it coming from?
I'm standing on that. It's coming.
You stand ahead now. You see
It's coming now. And I've said this plenty of times before. It's coming.
Yeah.
Where is it coming there? 21 what? Shit. It ain't coming no time soon.
It might well be 3,000 before we get that shit. But I mean, I'm glad we hit on those subjects. You know what I'm saying? And it's I guess I want to say it like this. I don't want to run us too long. You know, and when I say that, I'm not saying like I'm over nobody or no shit like that. Don't get it twisted.
Oh, no, we good. We good.
You know, but
it's back to
yeah, you know, I mean, and I feel like this is a conversation that shit. We keep talking on this shit. We'll be here at 9 o'clock tonight.
Look, let me tell you something.
Spotlights out here.
What I'm trying to tell motherfuckers is the beauty of having your own podcast, and you can do what the fuck you want.
All right.
And you can run this motherfucker as long as you want to, or when we get ready to end this motherfucker, we can say,
that is over
with.
So on that note, I want to give everybody a chance to kind of go over what we went over and put your final 2 cents in on it, and then we're gonna ride out this motherfucker because I got some birthday plans.
Yeah, we got a motherfucking birthday party.
Yeah.
You already know how it go. The big 3-4. You already know.
Yo. It's a good number, 7.
Yeah.
Get my shit out of the way, you know what I'm saying? My whole thing is, if we can ever quit depending on the other race for everything and stop being consumers and start producing shit on our own, then we could get somewhere.
Indeed.
Where we start to help each other with, growth. And not just strictly put money into the other people's hands. You know what I'm saying? I said when I drank these beers, that's putting money in somebody else's hands.
That's it.
Black man had a beer company, big, I'll buy it. Gotta be good now. Don't put no bullshit. Gotta be good.
They're gonna disclaim already.
Michelob Ultra-ish.
Yeah, ish.
I may try to figure out some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But what we need to do in order, instead of us always just strictly, we are the biggest consumers. If we stop consuming and start producing, we'll see a difference.
There you go. Dave?
I'm with you. End of the day, summation. I just think that we do not have a plan as a people. We, right now, don't have the main thing that you're talking about, which is unity.
All right.
A plan and unity. That humility, I ain't so much with that. I ain't that type of dude. But we had to come up with a plan. We got to come together and figure out what we're going to do next. That's a big topic. We got to put pen to paper.
There you go.
What do we need as a people to bring our people forward? That's what's going to happen.
Right.
What do we need? What is it? Put pen to paper.
Right.
Where's that council later, that round table of 12 nights?
Right.
We'll figure it out one day maybe. Might figure it out on Sipp City for y'all.
We never know. That, you know what I'm saying? That is, man, that's deeper than what I can ever even get at this exact moment right now. Because they hit every nail on the head that I wanted to hit. You know what I'm saying? We gotta produce for ourselves. If a motherfucker don't like you, don't patronize their business. That's what I say. And if you have to patronize their business, patronize it with a scowl on your face. Just let them know I don't like you, but I ain't got no other choice but to be here.
You the only one got that.
You the only we got to be here.
You the only one got that.
Now, other than that, I'll be over with my brethren. Brethren, let me tell y'all this right here. Just because you got a store, don't mean you go over there and tax a motherfucker 3 times what Walmart is selling. Hey, we understand you got to stay in business, but if you patronize us the same way we patronize you, we will spend our dollar with you. Don't try to rob us. Or like the old folks say, don't rob Peter to pay Paul. You did. On that note, this has been Sipp City Podcast. We love everybody, man. We out there, bitch. Happy birthday to Dr. King again. Happy birthday to myself once again. And guess what I'm finna go do? I'm finna go drink, baby. Sipp City, we out.
We out.
Oh, one more other thing. Y'all ain't shit. No.
Gangsta, 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 how you make 'em get down. Get down, get down. Gangsta, 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 how you make 'em get down. Get down, get down.
I am a gangster, a gangster, gangster. I am a gangster, I was born with those ways. I am a gangster, gangster. I love God, but I'll blow you away. I am a gangster, gangster. I am a gangster, I was born with no brakes. I am a gangster, gangster. G-O-D-G-S-T-A.
Lola, Lola, boy, Queen Roy, Medingo oil, my king got me so spoiled. Plus season on my 2 souls. Rising at the car, triple, double, quadruple crosses. Recycle pennies to nickels, icicles, pineapple frosties. Ice skating backwards, uphill and high heels, banana peeling. Purple peas and red wrist slipping. Slicky, your order. A pretty, a penny. I do no do, let me give me a million. Start with the penny, a nickel ain't worth a dime. Bad. Silly Billy, gold in your throat. 1-800, I would tell God on Jesus he spoke. Uncircumcised Philistines, voluntary commentary. Obituary is necessary at the cemetery. It's gangsta.
I am a gangster, gangster. I am a gangster, I was born with those ways. I am a gangster, gangster. I love God, but I'll blow you away. I am a gangster, gangster. I am a gangster, I was born with no brakes. I am a gangster, gangster. G-O-D-G-S-T-A. I am what I am, all that I am not, I'll never be. I am not me, I am he, I am he, and I'm a G. O-D-G-S-T-A-F-R-E-E-L-A-R-R-Y. H-O-O-V-E-R-S-E-E-M-I-N-G-L-Y. Hurry and wait nowhere forever. Start stopping, you starting, stop starting, you stop starting, moving, snail, jelly, slow, smart can play dummy, clown or dummy, can't play smart, sell a match for the sun, magic wand, don't stop, star, magic monkey show, presto, wobbly bobbly boo, a sneaky snake, rat, canary, narcissistic Pikachu, won't pull a dead leaf off a dead tree in the cold of the winter, you that new snack, hey, glitter, sparkle, sprinkles, good shot your center, I'm gangster, I am a gangster, gangster, I am a gangster, I was born with those ways, I am a gangster, gangster, I love God, but I'll blow you away. I am a gangster, gangster. I am a gangster, I was born with no brakes. I am a gangster, gangster. G-O-D-G-S-T-A. Blaster, let me introduce myself. The name, Smizno, Bomboyardi. Me say me woman, live life. Bobika, Babu, Rasta.